We've all been there, right? Imagining the worst-case scenario, a world after the unthinkable. Well, that's what we're diving into today. Exploring those crucial survival instincts you'd need to rely on if the world went sideways. Discover the hidden risks lurking in America's landscape as we delve into the 10 most perilous states to steer clear of in a fallout scenario. From overcrowded concrete jungles to coastlines vulnerable to rising tides, we're ranking the areas that could turn into real-life survival scenarios. This video unpacks the critical factors, ranging from overcrowded cities to geographic vulnerabilities and crumbling infrastructure that could make survival especially challenging in these regions. Knowledge is power, and by understanding these potential pitfalls, you can start to equip yourself with the knowledge and skills to face the unexpected. Equip yourself with knowledge, prepare effectively, and stay ahead of the curve when it comes to fallout scenarios. California, the Golden State. Home to Hollywood dreams and tech giants. Imagine this, the grid goes down, no more Tesla charging stations, no more Netflix, resources become your lifeline. California would quickly become a pressure cooker. Essentials become scarce. It's like finding a parking spot in downtown LA. And let's not forget Mother Nature. Earthquakes, wildfires, droughts, these hazards become more treacherous. Then there's the urban sprawl. Getting out of a city like Los Angeles or San Francisco, it would be like navigating a maze blindfolded. California might seem like paradise, but in a fallout scenario, it's a whole different beast. Florida, land of sunshine, beaches, and hurricanes. Now, I'm all for a tropical getaway, but when it comes to surviving a fallout, Florida throws some unique curveballs your way. First up, let's talk about the weather. Hurricanes, tropical storms, flooding. Florida's a magnet for extreme weather events. And in a post-fallout world, these natural disasters become even more perilous. Imagine trying to outrun a hurricane with limited resources and infrastructure in ruins. Then there's the terrain itself. Florida's famous for its swamps, the Everglades being a prime example. Navigating these murky waters is treacherous enough in normal times, but imagine doing it with limited visibility, potential contamination, and who knows what else lurking beneath the surface. And speaking of lurking, let's not forget about Florida's wildlife. Alligators, snakes, panthers, these creatures are tough enough in their own right, but in a survival situation, they become serious competition for resources and a constant threat to your safety. New York City, the city that never sleeps. But in a fallout scenario, it might be the city that's hard to wake up in. Why? Let's break it down. Imagine this. The power grid goes down. The dazzling lights of Times Square go dark, and those towering skyscrapers become vertical obstacles. Millions of people rely on that grid for everything: communication, transportation, even basic necessities like clean water. Speaking of water, New York City is an island, surrounded by water, yet surprisingly vulnerable when it comes to clean, drinkable water sources. In a crisis, those rivers and waterways could become contaminated, making access to safe drinking water a major challenge. And let's not forget about the population density. Over 8 million people crammed into those 5 boroughs. In a disaster, those crowded streets and subways could quickly turn into bottlenecks, hindering evacuation and making it difficult to find safe haven. But New Yorkers are known for their resilience, their grit, and their ability to adapt. Chapter 4: Louisiana sinking feeling in the Bayou State. Louisiana, the Pelican State, known for its vibrant culture and delicious cuisine. But Louisiana is literally sinking. Coastal erosion and rising sea levels are major issues. Plus, the threat of hurricanes and flooding is ever present. The bayous are beautiful but treacherous. Chapter 5. Texas. Don't mess with disaster in the Lone Star State. Texas, land of wide open spaces, rugged individualism, and some serious challenges in a fallout scenario. First off, let's address the elephant in the room, the Texas power grid. It's no secret that Texas has its own independent power grid, and while that might seem like a good thing in theory, it also makes the state more vulnerable to widespread outages. In a disaster, relying on a system that's already prone to failure could be a risky gamble. Then there's the issue of extreme weather. Texas experiences it all. Scorching heat, tornadoes, hurricanes, flash floods, you name it, they've got it. And in a post-fallout world, these events would become even more dangerous and unpredictable. And let's not forget about Texas's vast size. Getting around in a state this big requires fuel, vehicles, and infrastructure, all of which could be in short supply or damaged in a disaster. Chapter 6: Nevada. High stakes, higher risks in the Silver State. Nevada, the Silver State. Home to glittering casinos, dazzling entertainment, and, Well, let's just say it's not the most hospitable environment in a post-fallout world. First and foremost, Nevada is the driest state in the US. Water is scarce at the best of times, and in a disaster, access to clean drinkable water would be absolutely essential for survival. Imagine trying to find water in a vast, arid desert landscape where temperatures can soar to unbearable levels. Speaking of heat, Nevada's desert climate is nothing to scoff at. Extreme temperatures, intense sun exposure, and limited shade make it a challenging environment even for the most experienced outdoors people. And let's not forget about Nevada's other natural hazards: earthquakes, flash floods, wildfires. They're all part of life in the Silver State. Chapter 7. Illinois, the land of Lincoln. Home to bustling cities, fertile farmland, and, well, let's just say it presents its own set of challenges in a fallout scenario. Starting with the obvious, Illinois is no stranger to severe weather. Tornadoes, blizzards, thunderstorms, they can strike with little warning and wreak havoc on infrastructure and resources. In a post-fallout world, these events would pose even greater risks to survival. Then there's the issue of urban vulnerability. Chicago, the state's largest city, is densely populated and heavily reliant on its infrastructure. In a disaster, access to food, water, and shelter could be compromised, and navigating the city's complex transportation network could be treacherous. And let's not forget about Illinois' location in the heartland of America. While its central location might seem advantageous in normal times, in a fallout scenario, it could make the state a prime target for those seeking resources or fleeing more heavily impacted areas. Chapter 8. Mississippi, the Magnolia State. Known for its rich history, soulful music, and, well, let's just say it has its share of vulnerabilities in a post-fallout world. First and foremost, Mississippi is no stranger to natural disasters. Hurricanes, tornadoes, floods, they've all left their mark on the state. In a disaster, these events could devastate infrastructure, displace communities, and make access to essential resources extremely difficult. Then there's the issue of poverty and inequality. Mississippi has one of the highest poverty rates in the United States, which means many residents already lack access to basic necessities like healthcare, affordable housing, and quality education. In a post-fallout world, these existing disparities would likely worsen, making survival even more challenging for vulnerable populations. And let's not forget about Mississippi's rural character. Chapter 9. Arizona, the Grand Canyon State. Known for its stunning landscapes, scorching deserts, and, well, let's just say it presents a unique set of challenges in a fallout scenario. First and foremost, Arizona is hot. Like, really hot. Its arid desert climate means extreme temperatures, intense sun exposure, and limited water sources. In a post-fallout world, staying hydrated and finding shade would be absolutely crucial for survival. Speaking of water, Arizona faces significant water scarcity issues even in normal times. In a disaster, access to clean, drinkable water would be even more limited, making it a precious and potentially life-or-death resource. And let's not forget about Arizona's other natural hazards. Chapter 10. New Jersey, the Garden State. Known for its beautiful beaches, bustling cities, and, well, let's just say it presents some unique challenges in a fallout scenario. First and foremost, New Jersey is densely populated. With over 9 million people packed into a relatively small area, competition for resources would be fierce in a disaster. Imagine trying to evacuate a major city like Newark or Jersey City with limited transportation options and millions of others trying to do the same thing. Then there's the issue of infrastructure. New Jersey relies heavily on its network of roads, bridges, and tunnels, many of which are aging and in need of repair. In a disaster, these critical infrastructure points could be damaged or destroyed, making it extremely difficult to move around and access essential services. And let's not forget about New Jersey's location on the East Coast. So there you have it, folks. 10 states that present some serious challenges in a fallout scenario. Remember, knowledge is power, and by understanding the potential risks, you can start to prepare yourself and your loved ones for whatever the future may hold. Join us next time as we explore more survival tips and strategies. We'll delve deeper into the skills you need to navigate the unknown, from finding food and water to building shelter and protecting yourself from the elements. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell to stay updated on our latest content. Stay safe and stay prepared.